And this time we're taking a look at the Kingbolen S608 OBD2 Bi-Directional Scanner. It can scan the engine, computer, transmission, ABS and SRS, which is the airbag system, as well as be able to live stream live data from the vehicle. It also supports sending commands to the vehicle to activate components. We also get 9 service reset functions and a lot more. So I'll walk you through the features of the scanner, including the vehicle coverage list. That way you can see if your vehicle is going to be supported by it. And as always, I like to remind you that I place a link in the description down below to the scan tool if you'd like to get one for yourself. And the scanner features a 6-inch touchscreen as well as rubberization on their outer edges, which works for drop protection. Moving to the top, we find the power button as well as the input for the DLC connector. Moving to the left side, we find a dust cover that protects a USB-C port and a memory card bay for expanding the memory up to 128 gigabytes. And the back is fairly simple. It continues with more of that case for protection. And for accessories, we get the OBD2 cable and a USB-A to USB-C cable. And in the main screen, we are shown the vehicle's battery voltage, and the scanner is currently charging since we are connected directly to the vehicle. Now, the very first option is going to be diagnose. In here, if you use the auto search function, the scanner will attempt to identify your vehicle using AutoVin. And yep, we want to do an automatic search. And now we have the option to run a full scan of the vehicle or select an individual system. Let's do a full scan. And a total of 5 systems were found, and one of them has an error code. And here's the error code that is for the ABS system and the details of that DTC. And the rest of the systems that tested out okay have a green check mark. And going back to the issue that was found, that was code C1241, low or high power supply voltage issue. If you're not familiar with that particular code, you can tap on the search icon and the scanner is gonna Google that for you. You could also create a summary report of the findings or clear the error codes. And here's a quick look at that report. It shows the systems that were scanned and the issues that were found. But let's go inside of that ABS system. It gives you a description of what that system does. And here you are able to read the codes again, clear the codes from that system, or do activation of components. And there could be many components depending on how newer your vehicle is that you could potentially activate. Now let's take a look inside of the engine ECU. And again, we have similar options, but this time let's take a look at live data. And let's select all the parameters. I'm gonna hit OK. And here we have live data coming from the vehicle. Some are gonna be numerical, some are gonna be more of a completed or not completed status or not applicable. And here's engine speed, which shows RPMs. And if you tap this icon right here, you're able to graph it. And if you tap this icon right here, you can add additional parameters to graph along the same graph. In this case, engine speed and battery voltage. And you can do this for a maximum of 4 parameters within the same graph. I got engine speed, vehicle battery voltage, accelerator position, and also engine oil temperature, all in one graph, color coded. The other way you can graph them is instead of tapping on this icon right here, if you tap on this side, then you get individual graphs for the parameters that you have selected as opposed to combined graphs. And finally, you can also save a sample of the data or record the data that is coming from the vehicle for later review. The other way to diagnose the vehicle, instead of using auto search, you can manually select the make of vehicle that you're working with from this list. Now, this is also a good opportunity to see if your vehicle make is gonna be covered on the vehicle coverage list. As a reminder, you can slow down the video or you can speed up the video using the player settings. You can also skip this part of the video using the video chapters I have placed on the video. Now, in case you don't see your vehicle make on this list, there's still one potential way that you can scan your vehicle, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And the next option is OBD Diagnostics. Now, this option is very helpful if your vehicle is not on the vehicle coverage list. You can use that to scan your vehicle. And the vehicle that we're on is somewhat rare, so it is not on the vehicle coverage list. But with OBD Diagnostics, I can get access to check if it's ready for smog inspection, read live data, get freeze frame data, or also read or clear fault codes from the vehicle. Let's take a look at read live data. And here's the live data coming from the vehicle. And again, we can choose to graph that if we wanted to with the graphing option. Moving over to maintenance, here's where you'll find the service functions. And we get ABS bleeding, battery matching, BMS, brake pad reset, EPB, DPF regeneration, electronic throttle adaptation, gear learning, injector coating, oil reset, and steering angle reset. Moving over to updates, that is found under the upgrade icon, and there is no subscription requirement. They are included for free, and there are two types of updates. Updates for the individual car make models and updates for the different service modules. Now what you can do, you can update individual modules selectively, basically only the ones you want, or my preferred option, to update all with the start all function. And reports and recorded data is going to be found under file. Let's also take a look on the repair info. First off, we get a Chrome browser, which is pretty cool. Let's go to YouTube and find a video so we can test the audio and video capabilities of this unit. And here's a pretty good video, and the video playback quality, it's actually quite smooth, so you can definitely watch videos on here. There is no sound, so you'll probably want to enable the captions like I did if you want to understand what the videos are saying, but at least you can watch videos on this and browse the internet. We also get an OBD fault code library. Now this can be used if you have a code and you don't have access to the vehicle. You can punch a number in here and it'll tell you what that code is for. Now the learning function is interesting. There are only two brands on here currently, GM and USA Ford, and what this is, these are little tutorials on how to do special functions, almost like a screen recorder. It'll be nice to see if they can add more of these tutorials on how to do the different specialty functions for different vehicles. And under settings, you can create a customer database and also enter your business information if you wanted to have that on the reports, as well as customize the scanner, including enabling a screenshot option, a screen recorder, or changing the unit of measure. And finally, you have a drop-down menu for commonly used options. And if you need even more capability, Kingbolen does have a larger scanner, the K8. It does cost quite a bit more than the S608, but you get a larger screen and a lot more features and capability on it. So I'll place a link in the description down below to my full review of the Kingbolen K8, and I'm also gonna put a link down there too to the S608. I really think for its entry-level price point is definitely an attractive tool, especially for anybody who's brand new to bi-directional scan tools. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel and stay tuned as I have a lot more scanner reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.